a little script type thing because
Uh-huh.
I'm kooky kind of. Were we supposed to reflect on our own school environment? Because
Okay,
that's what I.
from my understanding, we kind of would just go over the different points that she made, and we'll each discuss it. And then, based on the discussion, is how we would write the reflection paper.
Okay.
Okay.
So, like, it's a reflection on like our thoughts on a class. Rochelle,
So
are
we
you
basically
still
gonna
there?
go over, yeah, so we basically gonna go over our questions, but we all gonna discuss it and then we just put it in a paper.
And yeah, we put it in a written format. Um, so the first point is the course competencies and how you address them. So Rochelle, do you want to start that off since that was that's yours.
Sure. So with the course competencies, it was like seven of them, I think. And I just threw my paper away. I'm sorry. But one of the points that I think we did as a whole was when it came to our group, talked about communication.
Mm-hmm.
One, we're talking about communication and how to make sure that we're using communication as a group as a whole when it came to the core competencies and doing all the things. So one of the core competencies talked about the group being, let's see, I got my little notes right here. Um, Making sure how we could keep the group as a whole and completing each step in the class when it came to collaboration. Was it either virtual or live? Making sure we knew about theories, the models, and things of that sort. And one of the points I had kind of put that effective communication when in groups about giving each person a job, knowing what they're supposed to be doing, so it won't be like the ones put on one person. Having open communication with the group who help to promote positive education. So it's not just us in education fields, but reaching out to other people that can help with that.
Um, I think that we as a group I think that we were all on one accord because we all had that fear of being in a group, and just I guess that where we're all at in our point in life, like you know, we have careers, we have families, so we were all understanding of what is going on in each of our lives. So it had, we had that respect for each other, knowing that we're all busy. So we have respect for each other's time and not wasting each other's time. And then knowing that the end result for all of us is wanting to get that A. Um, so
Mhm.
that made things easier, as well as with having that understanding, we were empathetic and we all tried to help each other out. It wasn't like this is just my job and that's it. Like,
Right.
we all have had, even before the coronavirus, like we've all had something that has going on in our life. Like me, it was the tornado and death and, in the family. So we all have had something that has been going on in our life. And we each reached out to each other like, how can I help?
Right.
And also with evaluating the professional learning communities, we were able to give our own points from where we are versus if we was at the YMCA like Shimon is, or if we were in a classroom or outside of a classroom, and just bringing all those collaborations together, not just for the kids, but for us as adults, um,
Right.
modeling that for each other. And one of the fifth core competencies is communicating effectively with education stakeholders in a variety of ways appropriate to purpose and context. Not only will we amongst our group, but we will take our work back to over this. We change about this. So we got asking and getting opinion on what we were doing. Our
Hello? Hello.
Did she break up?
Yeah.
Hello.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hello. You
Can y'all
haven't went
hear me?
out yet. Yeah,
Okay,
we
we
can
can
hear
hear
you
you
now.
now.
Okay. So I was saying that the fifth competency said that communicating effectively with educational stakeholders in a variety of ways appropriate to purpose and content. And one of the things that I know we did within our group, like if we did a project or did something, we would, talk to a coworker, say, like when it came to our handbook, what do you think we could have did? What do you think is we can bring to this paper to make it more successful, especially after we got our grade? We not only talked to each other about it, but we got help from others to say, what do you think we should put for somebody that's coming into education, or what do you think we should take out of it?
No.
Yeah.
Am I
agree.
breaking? Oh,
No. I can still
so
hear you.
okay. Designing systems for building, supporting, and sustaining collaborative learning for students and teachers. One of the things I think that we did that I liked was the handbook. Because as a lead teacher at my job and with new employees coming in, the handbook I'm going to use and take some of the ideas to help new teachers that's coming in, to help build our program to support those teachers and just collaborate with other teachers, not in my classroom, but also in the building with other teachers with me, but even other teachers if I have to go to another online class, that we all could collaborate. So I think this course has really helped us in all 5 core areas of communication,
Right.
analyzing,
Right.
building, and supporting each other in knowing how to support others, not just ourselves, and just helping us evaluate ourselves as professionals.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you guys ready to move on to the next point, or does
Yeah.
anybody have anything they want to add to that?
No,
Okay.
I'm okay.
So the
Good.
next point is the course assignments. What was most beneficial? What was the least beneficial? That's me. For me, the most beneficial was the handbook because it I was able to look at collaboration a little bit differently. Like when I thought of, before, prior to this class, when I thought about collaboration, I just thought about like a group of people coming together and working together, and that was it. And doing a handbook made me realize like there's so many more components that go into collaborating than just coming together. Like it's a little bit more intricate than that. And having, when you do have these problems, how do you solve these problems? So just being able to look at all the different parts of collaboration, from live to virtual, um, the pros, the cons of it. It really gave me a different insight and where I'm trying to take my career as far as being able to come out the classroom now. That's something that I can use. The least beneficial, honestly, I would have to say between either the annotated bibliography or the lesson plans. It's not that the lesson plan wasn't good. It's just because it's like that's just something that I do every day.
Okay.
That's me being a teacher. The lesson plan, it was like a breeze. So it wasn't like I didn't really feel like I gained anything from it. And the annotated bibliography was just pulling some resources that we were going to use and just writing a little something about it. Does anyone have anything they want to add to that?
No, I think the collaboration guide, I think that was a challenging part. I think I would say that just to try to, the professor trying to give her feedback and the feedback wasn't what we expected.
Yes.
And I think, because I was trying to interpret, like, I thought we was doing this for for the new teachers and the veteran teachers. So,
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's perspective is a little different. I mean, I get it now, but I think that was like the main one. The other stuff, yeah, it's like, it was easy. It was like, okay, we know what we need to do. We got it. And stuff. But I mean, all in all, yeah, I think that was like the challenges one out of the course for me.
Yeah. And it pushed us. It really did push us. And
It
the
did.
Yeah.
end result, we was able and the end result we was able to see the difference between the two, from the first assignment we sent to
Right,
redoing it.
Right.
right.
Uh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I definitely agree with that.
Are you
Def-
ready to move on to the next point, or do you
Okay.
have anything you want to add?
No, I don't.
So the next one is skills you develop or enhance as a result
Mhm.
of collaboration in the course, and that's you, Shimon.
Yeah, so I said for me, because we're on different time zones, um, I would say it was time management for me. Trying to balance everything. Remembering it's just not about me. It's three other ladies in the group. Sometimes I can be like, oh, we need to do this. So I had to think about times you can get beside yourself and be like, well, we need to do this, we need to do that. And then you got to remember everybody got different lives. We all on different time zones. Well, at least I am. And, I have to balance everything. So that was one of the skills I had to develop. Anybody had to develop anything else? I know mine was
No,
like,
I can definitely say that too because I'm a procrastinator.
okay.
I'll get my work done, but I'm a procrastinator. So it was really hard for me not waiting to the last minute because
Right,
I know if I was working with someone else and it's like a minute before it's due and they haven't
right,
did their part, how it would make me feel. So time management, it really pushed me with time management because I knew that it wasn't just about me and how I may be able to work like that, but how it may make my group members feel like, okay,
yeah,
is she going to do her part or not? So
right,
that definitely, yes.
it made me be more considerate of other people's time because I'm like you, Takai. I'll wait till the last minute because I work better under pressure. But but I don't know how other people work, and I didn't want like initially. I'm like, I do not like to work in a group. I know how I work. I don't know how other people work. They might put
right.
us behind, make us have a bad grade. So it was challenging initially in that way, but once we got into a groove that everybody wanted the same thing and we all were on the same page, and that is we
Right,
want to make a good grade. I
right.
love to get this group work together.
I
Yes.
agree. And
And for me,
what was
it
the
made me like so working with groups because I did not like working with groups before now, but y'all three have inspired me to want to work in more groups and more group collaborations because of the work ethic y'all had. Like Takaya and Dion is like, I work under pressure, I can do it, but just saying, oh no, I got to get done because my group members are depending on me to get mine in on time. That was a big plus to me because I'm a procrastinator. But y'all have inspired me to think outside the box of groups. So I'm happy at this aspect that I'm 37, working a group with other people.
That's good.
Right.
Um, the next point is models of adult collaboration and what you
Right.
think maybe best in your setting. Go in your
Well, I
room.
definitely said I had said Google Drive, Skype, using our cell phones. What else I put in here? Respecting each other, open communication, um, group discussions. What else I put in here? Being compassionate and conflict resolution. Like making sure, like in the first meeting, making sure that we get that on task before that. And I also said open communication, being active listening, written communication, and verbal communication. So I think that's
Yeah. Yeah, I
one of the
definitely
things.
think communication is is the key. Like just
Right.
being able to communicate, your thoughts, your ideas, and respectful. Just having that respect that we may not all agree, but we all are entitled to our own thoughts, our own opinions. Now, how are we going to take 4 different personalities and mesh it together
Right.
for that one common goal.
Right.
Right.
At the end of the day, I definitely agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the next point is plans for using live and virtual collaboration with students in your classroom and which models are best in your setting. And that's you, Rochelle.
Yes, I put so for the live collaboration, keeping small groups that are engaging and age appropriate, playing games such as I Spy, giving children roles. For for virtual, doing computer games, using either if you have
Mhm.
a smart board or some people have virtual boards. Khan
Right.
Academy, ABC Mouse, all these programs will help with virtual collaboration. Um,
Mhm.
giving everyone their moment in the spotlight, creating safe space for discussions, brainstorming, giving students the opportunity to work together to learn and grow. And the models, I put communication and respecting each other's opinions.
Um,
I agree. Yeah,
one of
playing
the
music.
things one of the things I like to do in my class, especially with live collaboration, we have what's called Buzz Buddy. So everybody have a person that they're paired up with. Um, and I typically try to pair students who have strong verbal, oral skills, with those whose skills may not be as strong, like ELL students or ESL students. I try to pair them up so this where they're learning, if they're learning a new language, they're able they have someone that can teach them new vocabulary. So usually I may give them like a talking point and say, I want you to talk about this. And then I'll tell them to turn and talk to their buzz buddy. And then I'll give them a cue, and they all know once they hear that cue, they stop talking and they turn around, and then they'll share what that person said. And it also gives me it's good documentation because I can tell who actually stayed on task with the conversation
Okay.
and who is actually listening. Can they relate back what one thing that their partner has said? With the virtual collaboration, right, well, this is a perfect time because now we're, with the coronavirus, everything is now virtual. So
Yeah,
we're
that's right.
starting to implement e-learning and, all
Right.
virtual type of stuff. So that, these next couple of weeks will be very interesting to take some of the things that I've learned from the class and to start using it with my students and see how it's going to work with pre-K students.
Yeah.
Right. That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah. Are you guys ready, or do anyone have anything they want to add on to it?
I think that's a segue into strategies. um, Strategies that you believe would be most effective in building. And when I read this, I was applying it to my school because
Mhm.
we're kind of unique in the way we're set up. There's one grade level teacher, like I'm the only second grade. There's all the way through fifth. So the way that we collaborate is, especially with siblings, what there
Mhm.
may be needs that we try to accommodate the whole child. So I'll go into the strategies that I found that would be very helpful, and I think they can be applicable to any type setting. Like you have to have shared values and a shared vision with any school setup.
Mhm.
Ours is we have like a shine, what's called shine. It's an acronym for selflessness, honesty, integrity, niceness, and excellence. And
Oh,
we have to grade the boys on those aspects, and it's supposed to um create like a good feeling in the whole character of a young man. And we service black and brown kids,
Okay. Okay.
and predominantly. And as teachers, we also would be committed to evaluating how they apply those values within the classroom. Like if a person think, pair, share with a kid that doesn't speak English as well, they can earn like a shine ticket and help build their character and helping up. That's
Okay.
and then we have I found these structural conditions. There was an article that I read that was suggested in this week's reading, taking teachers' continuous professional development beyond reflection. And it really, I thought about the three of us or the four of us when I was reading over that article, and I honed in on those two things: shared values and vision. The second one was structural conditions. The article suggests that we ask ourselves, does our PLC have established lines where we are able to meet? Are there schedules in place that support collaboration and diminish isolation of a teacher or administrator? And are needed resources available? As we go into what's going on around the world, the pandemic, these type of things play a major role in us being able to collaborate face to face, cough, cough, or virtually. We're gonna have to meet at some point together to kind of brainstorm. If we don't set up
Right.
clubs, we might have to meet to feed families because a lot of the kids depend on the meals that we provide at school.
Right.
The last one is structural relational conditions. Is there trust and respect in place within our professional learning community that provides the basis for giving anti-accepting feedback? I thought that was a cute way of putting it in order to work toward improvement. Because sometimes you might have that administrator or that teacher that everything they have a negative outlook, or they want to bring something nasty to the table, but trying to
Yes.
keep we don't want that type of feedback. Some of it is good if it's for the benefit of the kids, and we have to keep that focus that we're there for the children and for those families, and it's not about you and how
That's
you feel. You know what I mean?
right.
So those were the three strategies that I thought of when I reflected back on the learning experience of collaboration, and I applied it to the schools where I work, and worrying about my babies, my little 18 bad boys that I service every day. You become family. I'm worried. Some of them I keep toothbrushes, toothpaste for. Some of them I have shoes that they have to change into when they come to class. Some of
Right.
you it's a lot that this class kind of prepared me for, not knowing that we would have to deal with virtual and manual
Right.
collaboration. So it's going to be challenging. It's going to be real interesting
But
to
that's
because
that's a
everyone don't have.
strategy in itself because you're modeling the expected behavior. Like, you could easily just go in like, oh, they have these problems and I don't care. But they're watching you and they see you caring for them. And so now in return, they're going to give that to their peers or to other people within the school, their community, family, friends. So that's a strategy in itself, just modeling the expected behavior.
That's
I'll
that's
add
beautiful.
that.
It is.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you, Shimon.
I said that's beautiful and nice. I wish we had more teachers that I work with. Some of them don't care.
Yeah, I
Yes,
teach.
Siobhan, because everybody, I have to go to school.
Right.
What's your name? I couldn't hear you, Ro.
I said that Shimon is correct. I wish we had more teachers with that compassion because you have teachers that are just there to get a check, and you have some that actually
Right.
have that passion.
They
Yes.
do.
I can't get with that. How can you see a kid in need? I think about my own. If you got a kid that have my daughter come to school with crust in the eye, please tell them. Don't have her walk around.
Right.
Mhm.
They babies. They
They
somebody.
are. My coworkers, they be like, "Why you taking them kids home with you? Why?" Because at the end of the day, if they parents at work, it's no telling who or what family member they have to go with. And if they could come to my house and get a meal and be safe till their mama and daddy get off, and it's like, when you do it for free, God gonna give me a blessing. I ain't worrying about no
That's
payment.
so-
As long as I can feed a child, make sure they're safe until their mama and
That's,
daddy can pick them up, I'll take the whole class home with me.
Yes.
Yes.
so
And
mm-mm.
the last point, Takaya, um,
We actually
other
have two
topic,
more,
yeah,
but one
hun-
is challenges to collaboration that you
Okay.
encounter. Um,
I
I
jump
really
ahead.
don't think that we, as a
We
group,
ain't
I
had
don't
no.
really think that I think we work really well together.
I
Especially
agree.
being four strangers coming together. So I
Right.
don't think that we had many challenges, like as far as a group. Maybe individually we had challenges.
Couple of times.
We have things that's going on in our own personal lives. Like I know it was challenging for me, you know a mom of a 4-year old. I'm working full time, I work part-time, and I don't have that support to come home to say, well, hey, can you cook dinner, or can you do this, or can you do that? So it's all on me. So that in itself is overwhelming and challenging, and and then I have high expectations. So for me, like anything under an A is like just not acceptable.
Right.
So just putting that
Jesus.
pressure on myself with those challenges is just pretty challenging. But but the four of us together, I think that we work really well together.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing
Yeah.
because I would have been mad if I was in another group.
Yeah. Um,
These put a like, uh,
I mean, if anything, I may say like maybe just like the little things, like you know, like right now, Skype call, just trying to get it to work. But we worked through it. We took the time and
And
we
you
worked
were
through.
very patient with me. I was so flustered.
No problem. Um, or yesterday when me and Shimon was like, okay, let's practice this. It took us
right?
like 5, 6 calls. Just
Yeah.
like she could see me, but I couldn't see her. And then when I
Right.
could see her, she couldn't see me.
Like we were
She
struggling.
would try to call me. I couldn't answer her call. So if anything, it may have been challenges like that, but not thank you, but not like challenges of not being able to work together.
Look at him looking.
Rochelle, do you have anything to answer?
I don't think we had many challenges like myself challenges with different things, but if I would text Dion, Shimon, Takaya, anybody, y'all would just get me right back on the path where I wouldn't get to the point of frustration and be like, no, this is what you're supposed to do, how you supposed to do it. I don't think group wise we had any challenges. It was maybe individual.
Yeah,
Um,
I would say that. I
and
would definitely say that.
the last point is any other topics you would like to address. Dion, is there any other topics that you want to address that you thought of?
Well, what I thought of, in light of the pandemic, um, how are you? How is your professional community setting up measures to communicate with the families in your school? Um, are they notified of areas that they can access free meals for your students? And does your PLC provide parents with methods to use with their child that would prevent learning loss in case schools are closed for the rest of the year?
Um, well, I know for me this year, the program I teach for has like took a big shift. So we don't even really have PLC meetings like how we used to. Like the role of our coaches have changed dramatically, whereas they were more there for the teachers. Now, everything we do is pretty much based on testing. So they're more so like really they're testing, and based on the results of testing is kind of the support that they give us. So as far as like communicating with parents and stuff like that, that's really more on us as the teachers. One of the ways I keep in touch with my teachers is, I mean, parents, is with Remind. So I'll just send them out
Yes.
remind, messages. They're able to communicate back with me. In the beginning of the year, we usually do home visits. So like when I call them to set up a home visit, a lot of the parents save my phone number, so I'll get like text messages from them. It's just really just that open communication when they're picking up, when they're dropping off. Newsletters, I'll send home newsletters monthly. Every time we do a new study, they get a newsletter about that. And then just really trying to build that family participation, that family involvement. So weekly, I'll send home just different activities that they can do with the children, with the child, not just the child that's in the class, but just as a whole, as a family. Like the last one, I sent just a bag of popsicle sticks. We were talking about building, so it's like take these I challenge you to take these popsicle sticks and turn it into a building. And the creations they came up with, like one parent bought it into school, a 2-floor building with stairs and a door opened up and stuff. So
Yeah.
they enjoy it. They enjoy those activities. So those are different ways that I this school year I've been collaborating with my parents.
Mhm.
Anybody else have anything to add? Or are we
I use the
done?
Remind Me app like Shimon. I do. I mean, like Takaya. I do the Remind Me app. I do emails, phone calls, text messages. Like tomorrow, I'm going to the school to make packages if they don't have materials to do their work. So I'm gonna go get together glue sticks, construction paper, pencils, anything they'll need, and I'll go either to their house or come out and meet me. I do newsletters. I have 4K classroom meetings. I do conferences with each parent, and we do PTO meetings. And one thing our PTO does is like through this crisis, they've sent out emails to say if you need anything, paper, food, anything, read their email, and the PTO I'll go out, get be like, oh, I don't want to know. I'm getting, we'll just set it up where they come to my class, and I'll give them the supplies where I can take them to their house.
That's nice.
Okay.
Mhm.
Oh,
Anything else, or we're done? You guys want me to stop recording? Okay. I'm gonna stop recording.